best friend is furious at me. I got physically assaulted at work by a coworker who continues to freaking harass me. I think I met a cute guy, but he's freaking weird. But I might like that. What? Oh, also, I run a murder website where people can request a death of someone they don't like. Welcome back to Corpse Factory, everyone. Today drags on and on. Since I don't work weekends, I never really know what to do with myself during my free time. The library yesterday was nice, but I don't want to hang out there again today. So far, I've spent the day simply reading at home and brewing the occasional cup of tea to stave off my hunger. I keep checking my phone, but Aoi hasn't replied to any of my texts. Even when I call, she lets it go to voicemail. I don't even have any new requests to attend to. I was hoping I would get at least one this weekend to help occupy my time. To take a break from reading Strange Flower, I decide to browse through noise and see what's happening in my social circle. Though I'm not close to any of the people I'm connected to, save for Aoi, reading through their posts always lifts my mood. Rather annoyingly, the first post I come across is from Tomoe. Bitches be trippin' if they think they gonna steal my man. We thick as thieves. You getting lucky tonight. Oh my gosh. The garbled post is accompanied by a photo of her and Shinya getting cozy together. Shinya looks more than a little nervous. I would be willing to bet that Tomoe is the first girl he's ever snuggled like this. I can't quite figure out why she's so interested in him or why he's into her for that matter. At first I thought Tomoe was just trying to bug me to annoy me by pursuing someone she thought I wanted, but surely this is taking it too far, right? Haven't I made it clear that I just don't care? As for Shinya, maybe that boy really is into the blow-up doll look. Oh my god. I guess I understand him less than I originally thought. I noticed that I've been frowning while looking at Tomoe's post, so I decided to slam my finger down on the thumbs down button. A little text box below the post now reads, Noriko Kurosawa disliked this. My frown breaks and I smirk. It feels somewhat satisfying to publicly dislike Tomoe's posts. I can imagine Tomoe's face going tomato red when she reads the notification. With a little giggle, I scroll past the post and keep browsing my feed. As expected, it doesn't take long to find a post from Shinya himself. It's out of character for him, but he's actually not posting about criminal cases and detective work for once. I never believed in love until I met her. She swept me off my feet and showed me how to become a better man. She makes me want to be the best person I can be. My heart goes out to my darling Tomoe. 2 days together and counting. 2 days and they're in love, besties. Tomoe is the one that physically assaulted me. You know, she has been quite a bit of a bitch to our character Noriko here. I look forward to every day because of you. Thank you. I involuntarily gag and continue scrolling. Nothing else in my newsfeed really compares to those last posts. My sister wrote something about her sucky job, and a few coworkers posted about how grief-stricken they were about Akane Tsurumaki passing away unexpectedly. Just a guess, but I have a theory that Noriko's sister is going to be one of the girls that screwed over Emmy in the prologue. So I'm thinking that Corpse Girl's website is going to come around and bite Noriko in the butt with either her sister's death being requested or her own death being requested. Not sure. Akane Tsurumaki followed closely by Echi Hanada and long before them both, Ruri Hatano, the one who started it all. 3 strangers, 3 people dead, all because of Corpse Girl, my website. People wanted them dead, and because of that, I also wanted them dead. I won't forget their names. When Corpse Girl rises above the muck and filth in this world and becomes truly famous, I'll share a toast to their memories. Until then, I need to trudge forward. I need new targets, new victims to launch Corpse Girl's name into the stars. If Corpse Girl's website becomes more than an urban legend, more than a rumor whispered of in the shadows, then no, I need to take it slow. I can't get too far ahead of myself. I still need to put in a lot of work before I can attain my goal. But the only way I can move forward is if more requests come through the website. There has to be a way to promote the site. Flashy advertising is out of the question. I don't want the site looking like a gimmick people can visit simply to pass the time. I need word of mouth, testimonials. So far, the site has claimed 3 victims. I need the original requesters to spread the word about how effective the website really is. Yes, that would be perfect, but I obviously can't get in touch with them now. They remain anonymous. When they request a death, no one would willingly put in their contact details when doing something so shady anyway. I sigh and scratch my head. Thinking about it like this won't do me any good. Maybe I should come back to it later. I reach for my laptop, sitting on the couch next to me. Maybe I'll just take one more look for new requests. You never know, right? I log into the administration panel of Corpse Girl's website and check for notifications. 1 new request. Downloading the image attachment. Wait, 331? This was submitted just a few minutes ago. What are the chances I would check the income request so soon after receiving a new one? My heart begins to race as the attached photo downloads to my computer. I'm excited about the prospect of working on a new request for the rest of the evening. Who will be the poor sucker to succumb to Corpse Girl's whims? Will another beautiful corpse be left in my wake? Oh, it's us! Oh, I knew it! I called it literally like 2 minutes ago. My heart skips a beat and my hands instantly turn cold. What the hell? A photo of myself appears on the screen. It's the very same image used for my company ID tag. I'm not smiling in the photo or in real life. Is this some kind of joke? Somebody has requested my death? It's coming back to bite us, everyone. Things are starting to heat up. Somebody has requested my death.
Somebody wants me dead?
Oh, I'm not shocked. She's honored. Never mind. Oh, maybe I am shocked? Nah, I'm just losing my mind.
I can't believe it! It finally happened! I know exactly who requested my death!
So the first instinct is Tomoe, right? But what if it wasn't Tomoe?
Tomoe!
What if it wasn't, though? She made a post about requesting, but what if she... I don't know. We'll just have to find out.
That stupid, vapid bitch!
Tomoe Watanabe, the one person who hates me more than I hate myself. Of course she is the one who uploaded my photo. Of course she wants Corpse Girl to take care of me. She's been looking for somebody to test the website on. Her noise post from the start of the week confirms that. And she's been getting increasingly obsessed with tormenting me lately. I'm willing to bet that when I disliked her latest post, it finally triggered her to request my death.
Tomoe, you brainless whore! I am Corpse Girl!
In a fit of manic laughter, I set to work dismembering my photo. I'm going to make my corpse look so realistic that she'll think she really succeeded in getting me killed. Honey, I don't think this is going to turn out the way you want it to. There's a reason those other people turned up dead. And then, when her guard is down... Okay, June 1st, Monday morning.
No sign of Sato yet? I wonder if she got held up. It's not exactly professional to be late on your first day of work.
So our best friend didn't show up to work this morning when Shinya got her a job. I grind my teeth and hope that Shinya can't sense my anxiety.
She'll be here.
I don't believe the bitter words that tumble out of my mouth. I sent another message to Ooi's seemingly abandoned phone, not really expecting a reply.
Actually, she's not the only one absent. Tomoe isn't here either.
Oh. He doesn't need to tell me that. I've been watching her desk like a hawk ever since I came in this morning. There's a small surprise waiting for her in her top desk drawer, courtesy of yours truly. I've been eagerly anticipating her arrival for an hour
We
now.
had a late night last night, so I wonder if she woke up on time.
I taste something foul in my mouth. I don't really need Shinya's recap of his night with Tomoe.
Don't you have work to do?
Of course. I need to...
His vocalized thoughts trail off as he wanders away. I return my focus to the keyboard in front of me as I type letters scrawl across my screen seemingly slower than usual. No Aoi, no Tomoe. The static drone of the office environment is just as loud as ever, but without those two here, something feels off. Aoi shouldn't be missing her first day of work. And say what you want about Tomoe, at the very least, she's punctual. For her to be this late is very unusual.
Kurosawa. A word, if you please.
Oh, a new character. Kotomi. A soft but sharp voice snaps me out of my thoughts. I look up to find a middle-aged woman standing over me, one hand beckoning in an intimidating fashion. Kotomi Ida, an executive who oversees a lot of the juniors on this floor. I deal with her a few times a week. She's a serious and critical person, but I've seen a warmer side of her when she chats with colleagues of her own level.
Miss Ida, did you need something?
Please, come with me.
I reluctantly rise from my chair and follow her through the office. She leads me to one of the glass-screened cubicles that line one wall of the office, special spaces reserved for meetings and temporary
Take a
workstations.
seat.
Ooh. I follow her instructions sitting down on one of the bright and colorful plastic chairs that fill the small enclosure.
A new employee was supposed to start work today. Sato, an acquaintance of yours, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. I've been trying to get in contact with her.
I see. You understand that it doesn't reflect well on Sato's character if she can't arrive on time for her first day of work, correct?
Yes, I understand. Believe me, it is very out of the ordinary for her to do something like this.
I'm sure. Fujikawa recommended Sato for the job based on your personal request. You need to be aware that since Fujikawa holds rank over you, he is the one who will be reprimanded for hiring an unsuitable employee.
Oh no.
Now, I wouldn't go so far as to say that he will be punished. Rather, his recommendations will be denied for the foreseeable future. And any attempt he makes to climb the ladder, so to speak, will be vehemently refused by the other executives.
It's ridiculous.
Isn't that a bit extreme? All of that because of one temp employee that didn't show up for work?
That's the way these things go. I've seen it dozens of times. The reason I'm telling you this is because you should feel some sort of responsibility to apologize to Fujikawa.
I had no idea. Honestly,
Enough. This isn't an open discussion. Apologize to Fujikawa, and see if he will find it in his heart to forgive you. And please advise him to seek employment elsewhere.
Oh,
I don't foresee his career with us flourishing anytime soon.
oh my god.
That's all.
Shinya can do better than this place anyway. Kotomi abruptly exits the cubicle and leaves me alone, sitting in a stupid-looking green plastic chair. I take some time to compose my thoughts before also walking out. I don't know what to say to Shinya. I don't even know if I should say anything. Surely Kotomi is being a bit extreme and effectively halting Shinya's career at Temujin. This is all because I recommended Aoi for the job. I feel like an idiot, but how was I supposed to know that Aoi would prove unreliable? And still, it's far too extreme. Kotomi is out of line. Something else is at play here. I can feel it. Maybe Kotomi wants Shinya gone for her own reasons, but I can't imagine why. He's a junior employee and not exactly the type to step on anyone's toes and make enemies. I return to my desk in a bit of a huff and slump in my swivel chair. My eyes fall on the empty can of coffee next to my computer screen, and I begin to wish I'd purchased more than one this morning. Glancing over the top of my screen, I can see that Tomoe still hasn't arrived. Maybe I'll have to wait until tomorrow for her to find the gift I left for her. I'm sure she'll love it. There are too many things weighing on my mind. Aoi, Tomoe, Shinya, and Kotomi. Why is that? I'm increasingly finding myself drawn into office drama. I don't want to deal with any of it. I just want to pursue my own goals. Working at the office is means to an end, a way to keep a roof over my head and have the money to achieve Corpse Girl's ambitions. If I could quit, I would, but I can't. Not just yet. I wonder if I could monetize Corpse Girl's services. Users could pay a fee to request a death, or I could even just accept donations. But I get the sinking feeling that asking for money will reduce the amount of requests I get. The number of requests coming in is already depressingly low. If I reduce it any further, I'd be in trouble. As I draw closer to my apartment building, my phone cries out for attention. I bring it to my ear with a swift hand.
Aoi? Noriko, what's the deal? I've been trying to get in touch with you all day. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't bring myself to come into the office. Yeah, well, I gathered that. Tell me why. You know, just the stuff I normally have to deal with. For real? What are we talking about here? Stalkers? Or your own battles? I left the apartment twice. I really did. But I had to go back inside each time because it didn't feel right. I had to check a few things and then check again, and in the end, I gave up and laid in bed. I must have fallen asleep because when I looked at the time, it was already late.
I sigh angrily and hope that Aoi doesn't hear me.
All right. It sounds like you had a rough day. I'm sorry, but the situation isn't great. I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? I don't think they'll be happy with you if you come in tomorrow. If I were you, I'd write a polite letter of resignation and just forget about the job. Shinya's been kind of thrown under the bus because of this. Shinya? Why? I'm not too sure myself. Since he got you the job, I suppose he was somewhat responsible for you. But because you didn't come in, it
sounds like his career's in real jeopardy.
Oh God. Oh no.
Take a breath. You didn't know something like this would happen. I didn't either. I think this one exec has it out for him or something because it's too much of an overreaction.
I can't believe it. I never wanted to cost him his job.
I know. You didn't mean for this to happen. Look, I'll try and smooth things out a little. I'll talk to Sheena tomorrow. You need to look after yourself right now, okay? Promise me you'll just take it easy tonight and relax.
Okay.
Forget this ever happened. Noriko will look after everything.
Thank you, Noriko.
Okay. Get some rest. Talk to you soon, Aoi.
Bye-bye.
I end the call with a heavy heart. I don't exactly have any idea what to do. When it comes to Aoi, I always feel obligated to just tell her anything that will help her feel better. If I could actually follow through with my words and genuinely make things better for her, then maybe we'd have a bit of a different relationship than we do now, but I probably missed my opportunity for that a long time ago. In senior high school, I was never really truly understanding of her, and that cost me too much. Things are different now. Of course, I've seen what she goes through. I'd like to think I understand her a lot more now. My feelings for her are true and not muddled in sympathy or pity. If this was a different life and I hadn't made all those stupid mistakes, I would be happy to be with her. But now, the best thing I can hope for is that she wants to remain friends with me, and that will have to be enough to satisfy me.
Yo.
Oh, here we go. That voice. A trickle of icy sweat drips down my spine. In the near distance, sitting on the bench close to the park's exit, is an easily recognizable figure. I freeze in my tracks. My body wants to keep walking, to reach the familiar safety of my home, but my brain is engaging its fight or flight mode. Torn between my options, I find myself completely stationary.
Come on, I won't hurt you.
Tomoe.
There's no doubt in my mind that she's been waiting for me here all afternoon. She knows my route home. That's obvious since I last encountered her in Shinya in this very same park. I can't help but tense up as she leaps off the bench and approaches me.
You're into weird shit, right? Like, occult stuff?
Maybe? Is that what you came here to ask me?
Nah, just listen, okay? I wanted the opinion of someone freakier than me.
She really knows how to flatter a girl.
It's kind of dumb, you know, but have you heard of that Corpse Girl website thing?
Who does she think she's talking to? More importantly, how should I respond?
I've heard rumors.
Yeah, right? I heard rumors too, so I checked it out. I thought the whole thing was really funny. Like, could it be for real? Anyway, maybe I kinda used it to request a death.
Is that so?
Tomoe has pretty much straight up admitted that she was the one who requested my death. After all, I know exactly how many requests come through the site. The latest one had to have been from her.
Yeah, and, well, you know how the site works, right?
Fill me in.
All you do is put in a photo of a bitch and her phone number. Then she's supposed to drop dead. Simple as that. Thing is, no one knows how it works. Or if it works, actually.
Right. Okay, so you requested somebody's death, and what happened?
Well,
This is it. This is where she admits that she uploaded my photo. I've caught her red-handed.
you see, the dumb bitch went and died.
Oh. I blink a few times. I'm positive I didn't hear that right.
What did you say?
The chick whose photo I uploaded. She's deader than a doorknob.
Who is Tomoe referring to? My mind is racing frantically, scanning through the list of Corpse Girl's victims over the past few months. The only people who have died recently are Akane Tsurumaki and Echi Hanada. Tomoe is talking about a female, so that rules out Echi. Then there's Ruri Hitano, but she died such a long time ago. Last year, in fact. Surely Tomoe wasn't the one who requested her death. It was way too long ago for her to be bringing it up now. That leads me to believe that the only person Tomoe could be talking about is Akane. Or has somebody else died, somebody I never found out about? That's impossible. I've been so thorough in searching for the results of my work. The only victim that Tomoe could be talking about is Akane. But wait, no, that can't be right. Tomoe requested my death. Tomoe uploaded my photo to Corpse Girl's website just recently. I take a deep breath, swallow hard, and open my mouth.
Tomoe, what you're saying is really serious. Are you sure this person died?
Yep, no doubt. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. If you're good with this occult junk, how do you think she died from a website? Do you reckon my request really killed her? 'Cause I don't really want this shit on my conscience, you know?
I don't know what to say.
Come on. I was only really joking around with the website. Didn't think for a second that it could really work. But now, this bitch is cold in the ground, and I can't sleep at night. Keeping Shinya close is the only thing making me calm lately.
Tomoe seems to be showing a little remorse, which I didn't think she had in her. If she thought the website was a joke, then fair enough. It's only natural that she'd want to play around with it. Then again, I'm kind of offended that she figured the whole thing was fake. Corpse Girl has worked too damn hard to be considered a joke. But I want to get to the bottom of this. I need to find out whose death Tomoe requested. And more importantly, the question of who requested my own death remains unanswered.
Tomoe, what's the name of the person you requested to die?
Her name? Oh, you might know her.
It was that skank from our office, Akane Tsurumaki.
Akane Tsurumaki. Sure enough, she's well and truly dead. Tomoe once posted a noise about wanting to try the website and she was waiting to find someone to try it on. If I recall correctly, the request for Akane's death came through Corpse Girl's website shortly after I read that post. Perhaps Tomoe made the request on the very same day. So then, Tomoe was the one responsible. I assumed the person who requested Akane's death was someone in our office, but I never figured out it would be a junior data entry temp like Tomoe. How did Tomoe even know Akane? I can't see their paths would have crossed in such a large office building.
Yo, Psycho, you in there?
I snap out of my thoughts and meet Tomoe's dead-eyed gaze.
Your professional opinion, can a website really kill someone?
I'm torn between giving two replies. I could state that I believe the website worked and therefore help increase Corpse Girl's credibility, or I could play it safe and make sure I'm not suspected of any involvement. Coward that I am, I decided to play it safe.
No, absolutely not. A website can't kill someone.
Yeah, I figured. Guess it's just a coincidence that she died. You reckon I'm not guilty then? I didn't really want the bitch dead anyway. I was just mucking around.
Yeah, you're not guilty.
Thank God. That's a real weight off my elbows, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I sure as shit won't mess around with sites like that again, though. I'm gonna play it real straight from now on. I gotta get my life together. I got a man to look after now.
I got a man to look after
Right.
now.
Well, good luck with that. I need to get home.
All I want right now is to get back in bed and figure out who the hell uploaded a photo of me to my website. My mind is reeling, and I'm not in the right headspace to listen to Tomoe's drivel any
Hey.
longer.
For what it's worth, which ain't much. Thanks. Thanks for putting my mind at ease. I know we ain't always seen eye to eye, and, well, nah. That's about it for now.
For a fleeting moment, I imagined that she was about to apologize for assaulting me last week. That possibility disappeared from my mind almost as soon as it had appeared.
See you tomorrow.
She waves almost sheepishly and wanders back through the park in the direction that I came from. Right, time to go home. I can't relax until I know who requested my death. If it wasn't Tomoe, then the situation could be a lot more serious than I originally thought. If it wasn't because of my petty squabbles with her, then someone really wants me dead. Who? I can't sleep. It must be past 3 a.m. Countless hours have passed since I started trying to figure out who requested my death. I've run through every possible candidate and their potential reasons 1,000 times. I've replayed every encounter I've ever had with every person I've ever met, and I'm drawing a blank. I don't know who wants me dead. I'm not so vain to think that everybody likes me. I'm sure a hell of a lot of people don't like me very much at all. But does anyone not like me enough to want me dead? To nominate me for Corpse Girl to claim her prey? I take little solace in the fact that my life isn't actually in danger. Corpse Girl's victims are only brought low by my hands. Though my convictions are strong and I never refuse a request, taking my own life is absolutely out of the question. This is the one and only request I will ever refuse, and it's not for the sake of my own life, but rather for the sake of Corpse Girl's continued existence. I will not let her die and be buried with me. However, now that I've eaten of the knowledge that somebody genuinely wants me dead, I can't cure my upset stomach. However, now that I've eaten the knowledge that somebody genuinely wants me dead, I can't cure my upset stomach. No amount of mental reassurance will quell the sickness rising inside me. I've crossed Tomoe off the list. Her relief at knowing Tsurumaki's death wasn't her fault convinced me that she wouldn't make the mistake of messing with the website twice. Add the fact that she came to me for reassurance, well, it's safe to say that she's not the person I'm looking for. So that leaves the people I deal with on a daily basis. Oe Sato, my best friend since junior high and the first person I ever fell for. She rejected me gracefully during senior high. So gracefully that we still remain friends to this day. Would she want me dead? It's doubtful. She wouldn't even report her stalker, a guy who she is apparently related to the police because she didn't want him arrested. Then there's Shinya, another acquaintance from school and now my coworker. He has even gone so far as to call us friends now that we're connected on Noise. I've never been romantically interested in him, but I was under the false impression that he had feelings for me. He's a wannabe detective, but he doesn't have the competence to follow in his father's footsteps. He doesn't strike me as the type to want somebody dead, let alone to go through with requesting somebody's death. Still, quiet, guarded people like him can really surprise you. When you take those three out of the equation, the people I deal with daily are very few. There are the higher-ups and execs at work like Katomi Ida, but our dealings are so short and simple that I'm sure I barely even register on their radar. If I extend my list of candidates to include people that I don't deal with regularly, but who are technically still part of my life, then the list gets a little more interesting and harder to narrow down. Kinji and Momo Ogawa, the father and daughter living in my apartment building. They're sweet, kind, and considerate. Couldn't imagine they'd want to kill me unless I'm really using up too much of their internet bandwidth that they just can't take it anymore. There's my elder sister, of course, Yuriko Kurosawa. We haven't talked in over a year at least. She's scum, but probably not the type to randomly elect her own sister for death. Probably. She's on parole, so I have to believe she wouldn't do anything to jeopardize her freedom. I'm pretty sure that she was one of the girls in the prologue. And there's Mother, Asuna Kurosawa. She's simply not in the position to submit my details to Corpse Girl's website. My struggling brain can't think of anyone else currently in my life. I have a very small social circle, it's true. All the people that fill my Noise newsfeed have either already been named on this list or they are from such a small, long ago part of my life that they wouldn't even remember I exist anymore. And then suddenly and without warning, a face pops into my mind with startling clarity. That guy from the library. Kojiro, was it? Kojiro, with no surname. He was bizarre, eccentric, didn't seem like the type of person that gets outside much, kind of like me, I suppose. His eyes were so clear it was unnerving. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, but I couldn't see anything of substance through his lenses. Out of everyone I've mentally listed, he seems like the person most capable of taking someone's life. That's a biased opinion based on little to no knowledge of him. It's just the impression he gives. However, I have to ask myself, would he want me dead? Me, a person he met one time at the library? In addition, the photo of me that was uploaded to my website was from Temujin's corporate system. It's the very same picture that I wear on my ID tag. How would Kojiro have accessed it? If he was going to upload a photo of me, he would have found my Noise profile and used an image from one of my albums there. There aren't too many photos of me on there, but there are enough to identify me. The guy is suspicious, but I don't think he's the one I'm looking for. Yet, I can't get his face out of my mind. On a whim, I snatch up my phone from beside me and unlock the screen. The bright light shines like a beacon in the darkness and nearly blinds me, but I squint and navigate to the Noise app. Kojiro. He told me his Noise tag, didn't he? If I can remember it, it'll save me the hassle of having to look through hundreds of profiles with the same name just to find him. What was it? Kojiro? No, too simple. Koji something? I start to type different variations until an auto-predicted result pops up. Koji. That's the one. I tap the result and instantly arrive at his profile. The info in his About Me section is pretty vague, but judging by the display photo, I'm certain this is the right guy. Just your average guy. Taking my days one day at a time. Introvert, antisocial, anti-establishment, anti-everything, lol. I like peanut butter though. I scroll through his feed and see that he hasn't posted anything for quite some time. His most recent post is from about a year ago, and it's just an updated version of his display picture where he has cropped out a woman's face and body so the focus is just on him. I open up a direct message to him and start typing. Hey, is this Kojiro from the library? It's Noriko. Since it's past 3 a.m., I'm not expecting a reply until I instantly receive a message in response. Hi, late night? He replied so quickly. I swallow and gather the nerve to ask him what's on my mind. Yeah, I can't sleep. Have you heard of Corpse Girl's website? The screen states that he's currently typing a message, but the notification simply disappears and no message comes through. Is he ignoring me? Then, yes. So he does know about the website. The question is, was he already familiar with it, or did he just look it up after I mentioned it? What are your thoughts? Is it real? Yes. Love it. Big fan. I see. Me too. Have you used it? No. Well, no. Not yet. Don't hate anyone enough. It's hard to get a sense of his emotions through his replies. I can't tell if he's being sincere or not. Wait, have you used it? Tell me. Tell me details. Does it work? No, I haven't used it, but it's popular in my office. I don't know why I wrote that or why I ended the message with a question mark. I shake my head and wait for a response. Okay, let me know if you use it. Might be work for me. Work? Might be work for me? What does he mean by that? Work? Yes, I store cadavers, dispose of later. I don't understand. Hospital morgue, storage and disposal. He works at a morgue? I noticed a strange smell on his clothes when we met, and now it makes sense. I gag a little and suppress the urge to vomit. So if someone dies, they get sent to you, even for like suicides and murders? Yes, all sorts. Worst are crash victims, have to mix and match limbs. Have you ever received a victim of Corpse Girl's website? Impossible to know. Maybe. Who can say? Have a name? A name. Can you look up the names of bodies he's received? Can you look up such a thing? Yes, cadavers are ID'd, mostly. Know a victim? Should I ask? Will doing so put me under suspicion of being associated with Corpse Girl? Hello? I can look now, at work. I start to nervously bite my fingernails. I know that I won't gain anything from finding out if he's dealt with any of the victims, but morbid curiosity tends to get the better of me. Sometimes I just have to know. Akane Tsurumaki. Okay, a second. No, correct spelling? That's not right. Close, though. Okay, more names. Echi Hanada? One sec. Yes, crash victim. Bad. I remember him. He's still here, actually. I can't believe what I'm reading. Hanada ended up at Kojiro's morgue and he's still there? Really? How long do you store bodies? Depends. Up to 2 days for autopsy. No autopsy for him. No need. So he just sits here. Cold chamber, 31 BB. If family don't collect, then cremation. Is cremation what you mean by disposal? Yeah, mostly. Friend of yours? Not exactly. But he's Corpse Girl's victim? You said so. Well, I don't know. You said so. Interesting. I'll look at him again. Really, there's no need for that. It's okay, I won't tell. How did you do it? I swallow hard. What does he mean? Hello? How did I do what? How did you kill him? Oh shit, I've messed up. He knows. Kojiro has figured out who I am. In a panic, I slam my phone down. I can hear the constant vibration against the bed as Kojiro continues to message me. Shit. Shit, shit, shit. What do I do? Can I make something up to convince him that I'm not the one responsible for his death? Will he even buy it? By not responding to him straight away, I've inadvertently proven to my own guilt. I pick up my phone between the trembling thumb and forefinger. I hold it delicately as though it has suddenly become some sort of evidence that I don't want covered in my fingerprints. In a way, that's completely true. I stare at the messages from Kojiro. Hey, you there? Hello? I'd better reply. I have to say something. Maybe, just maybe, I can throw him off my trail. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't kill anyone. Not exactly a lie. Yes, true. Corpse Girl killed him. No name entry on Corpse Girl's website. But you knew his name, and you knew he died. Ergo, you requested his death. Wait, this is good. This is far better than him believing I'm Corpse Girl. He thinks I'm just some fan of the website that submitted a request. I have to run with this. I can't let him know the actual truth. Okay, you got me. I used the website to request his death. Ha! Wow. Mad. So the site is real. Amazing. This is exciting. Are you happy he's dead? I decided to take a leaf out of Tomoe's book and act more innocent than I really am. Not really, I just made the request on a whim to see what would happen. I didn't think it would really work. Wow, so you didn't hate the guy? No, I never even met him, just found his photo on the internet. Incredible. Corpse Girl kills with just a photo. Doesn't even need a name. Wonder how many other Vics I've got here, lol. Have to go, clocking off soon. Talk later. Kojiro's status immediately changes to offline. I breathe a sigh of relief. I think he bought the lie. Surely I'm in the clear. But this whole conversation was an exercise in stupidity. I nearly shot myself in the foot because of my own insatiable curiosity. I shouldn't have contacted Kojiro at all. The only positive thing to come out of this is learning that Kojiro works at a hospital morgue. I could potentially take advantage of this, but my sleep-deprived brain can't quite work out how. Well, I can dwell on that later. For now, I really need to sleep. Tuesday, June 2nd. My alarm erupts with a shrieking scream and scares me awake. My eyes don't open immediately, and instead I find myself tossing and turning, trying to bury my face in my pillow. I can't have had more than 2 hours of sleep, and now it's already time to get up and go to work. How the hell am I going to function today? I drag my heavy body from the bed and slide into the pair of slippers resting on the floor. With a yawn and a stretch, I leave my bedroom. I stand in the kitchenette, connected to the living room for a few moments, completely absent-minded. I open the refrigerator and stare blankly at the dismal contents. A small tub of peach yogurt sits on the top shelf, and a half-empty jug of oolong tea rests at the bottom. I grab the yogurt and peel it off the lid. Without even fetching a spoon, I simply pour a little into my mouth. I consume about half of the tiny portion and wipe my mouth before throwing the leftovers in the trash can. That will be enough to spike my energy for the morning. When you normally run on an empty stomach, any amount of calories can work as a pick-me-up. I make a mental note to collect 2 or 3 cans of coffee from the convenience store on my way to work. They should carry me through the rest of the day. To stop myself from nodding off at my desk, I decide to rearrange my personal effects. Having something to focus on is a great way to fight off sleep. Unlike the other employees here, I don't tend to keep too much at my workspace, yet it still manages to feel cluttered somehow. Next to my computer monitor are 3 little figurines that I collected from toy capsule machines. They're a set of anthropomorphic coffee cans that were released at a promotional campaign for my favorite coffee brand. Each figure is about the size of my thumb, they're cute little things, and when you put a coin into the capsule machine, you never know which character you're going to get. But the capsule machines seem to be out of rotation now because they've been replaced with a different series of toys. If I ever want to collect the remaining figures, I'll probably need to buy them online. Oh well, I'm not super invested in having to own all of them. I give each tiny figure a bit of dusting and set them back up next to my monitor, so they are all standing up straight and facing forward. I rummage through the drawers and discard a few old notices that aren't even relevant anymore. When I'm done, I file away a couple of loose papers that have been fluttering around my desk for the last week. With that complete, I straighten up my keyboard so it's parallel with my mouse pad. I give the keyboard a thorough dusting and then lean back in my chair to admire my work. The desk looks much nicer now. A clean workspace invites a clear state of mind, or so my coworkers would have me believe. Maybe I'll buy into that a little, now that I can see the effects for myself. The corner of my eyes catch a glimpse of blonde hair, and I turn to watch Tomoe enter the office. She nods at Shinya as she walks by his desk and continues nonchalantly toward her own workspace. Since her desk is in my line of sight, I have the perfect vantage point to watch her put her belongings down and take a seat. I feel a sudden stirring of excitement as she sits down. It's almost as if I'm anticipating something to happen. Was something supposed to happen with Tomoe today? Have I forgotten something important? My tired mind can't really focus on those thoughts. I try to ignore the mild surge of adrenaline that started pulsing through me when she took her seat. The next sound I hear eclipses the noise of the computer in the office, completely and absolutely. A terrified shriek slices through the air like a knife, leaving a deathly ringing silence in its wake. I scramble to my feet purely out of instinct, scanning for the source of the scream. I don't have to look very far before my eyes fall upon the distressed Tomoe, kneeling on the floor and clutching her face. She's on the ground next to her desk, staring down unblinkingly, her fingers white from the strain of clawing at her own head. In the sudden chaos of people rushing to her side, I somehow manage to notice that one of the drawers on her desk is wide open. An open drawer? As tired and exhausted as I am, the significance of the open drawer isn't lost on me. I immediately realize why my body subconsciously felt excited when Tomoe came into the office this morning. I left something in her desk drawer, something I wanted her to find. Yesterday's obsession with discovering the identity of the one who requested my death caused me to forget my rebellious strike against Tomoe. I left something in her drawer yesterday thinking she was the one who submitted my photo to the website. Then she didn't come into work and it completely slipped my mind. After she confessed to requesting Suramaki's death, I erased my suspicion of her being the one who targeted me, but I didn't remove the item from her drawer. I'm in deep, deep shit now. Before I can even lurch forward from behind my desk, Tomoe turns her head to face me. Her cold, grim eyes lock onto mine, refusing to let go. A trickle of crimson blood seeps from her scalp, where her fingernails pierced her skin during her panic scream. Swallowing my nervousness, I break eye contact with her and stare down at the flat object that was the focus of her outcry. It's a familiar photograph, a printed image on glossy paper. Traditional, old school, and just as effective as I had hoped. Though I can't make out all the detail from this distance, the composition of the photo doesn't elude my memory. It depicts my very own corpse, toppled backward over a tombstone. A bloody slash traces across my neck, a laceration lines my stomach, and a knife protrudes from my breast. Ooh. My black hair is a tangled mess, my dark eyeliner smeared and smudged. The grimace on my face is the unmistakable mask of death. Noriko Kurosawa, a stoic, unflinching in death. Noriko Kurosawa, dead atop a random tombstone in some nameless cemetery. Bizarre yet ultimately unremarkable way to die. It suits me perfectly. I'm proud of the work that went into this photo. The object was to punish Tomoe for requesting my death, to create a work of art so horrific that she would beg for forgiveness when she found me still breathing. But the scene playing out before me is unlike anything I had imagined. Tomoe's face is scrunched up with hatred, the veins in her forehead threatening to burst and shower the office with gore at any given second. Whether or not she thinks this is some sick prank is beyond my knowledge. All I can decipher from her expression is that she is likely to strangle me, given the opportunity. But perhaps I'm jumping ahead of myself. Why do I automatically assume that she believes I'm guilty of putting the photo in her drawer? I mean, aren't I the victim in the image? Perhaps she actually—
Who the fuck is responsible for this?
She howls like a wounded animal, a battered and beaten pup backed into a corner. Clutching the photo now torn from her bloodied fingernails, she stands and plants her feet firmly on the floor, steadfast, stern, resolute, a bulwark of immovable fury. All eyes are upon her. The bleached blonde gal girl with an antagonizing attitude is the center of attention in the office.
This photo is disgusting! Absolutely sick! Who made it?
From the confused and puzzled faces of the 20 or so employees huddled around, it's obvious that no one really knows what Tomoe is talking about. The photo is small, and with her clutching it tightly and waving it around frantically, it is possible for anyone to make out the detail. I'm bold enough to assume that no one else has managed to properly glimpse it yet, and maybe I can prevent our co-workers from getting a closer look if I act fast. I dart out from behind my desk and approach Tomoe.
Let me see.
Tomoe aggressively thrusts the photo toward me. I take a cursory look at it and gasp loudly to add credibility to my acting. Adopting a fake countenance of shock, I grab Tomoe by the shoulder and I pull her close to me. I bow my head against her so we stand intimately in the middle of the crowd, forehead to forehead, our eyes fixated on one another. I hope my beating heart isn't loud enough for Tomoe to notice as we stand against each other. I whisper softly, my pulse quickening as I try to make my words sound urgent and confident rather than broken and anxious.
Come with me. I need to talk to you.
Tomoe tenses and stiffens, but she murmurs something that sounds like agreement. I pull away from her and grab her wrist to lead her out of the office. We exit from the throng of the onlookers, scratching their heads, and dart toward the elevator. The elevator ride down is silent and awkward, but eventually the doors open to reveal the ground floor lobby. We weave between the scattered couches and sculptures, making a frantic dash for the exit. We finally emerge outside into the brisk morning air. Trying hard to catch my breath, I notice that Tomoe isn't nearly as exhausted as I am. I want to chalk up my wheezing condition to a lack of sleep, but I know that's just an excuse for my poor physical fitness. Tomoe is still holding the photo in her hand. She looks at it once more in disgust, then faces me with one hand on her hip.
You want to tell me what the fuck this is?
Look, it's difficult to explain, but I'll try my best.
I want to find out who planted this in my drawer! And look at this!
She thrusts the photo at me once again. She uses the point of her thumb to indicate the timestamp printed at the bottom of the image.
It's got yesterday's date on it. A photo of your dead body, as if you've already been killed. But here you stand.
Sure enough, the photo bears yesterday's date. The time states 9:06 p.m. I marked as such when I was under the belief that Tomoe would find it yesterday morning. I wanted her to anxiously wait out the day until my death accompanied the rising moon. Since that didn't go down the way I planned, the confusion on Tomoe's face now is self-explanatory.
I just can't believe that corpse girl wants you dead.
What did she say?
Huh?
This is just like what happened to Akane Tsurumaki when I requested her death. The police found a photo of her own dead body on her phone when they investigated how she died.
What? Is this public knowledge? How did I not know this?
And now you've got a similar photo. Does that mean Corpse Girl is trying to kill ya? But it doesn't make sense. It's already past the time it says here. And why was the photo in my desk drawer? What do I gotta do with it?
Serious, baby. I'm still reeling from the information about Akane Tsurumaki. The police discovered the corpse photo on our phone. Of course they did. Of course they would investigate her death. It was foolish of me to assume the photo wouldn't come to light. Tomoe grits her teeth and tenderly touches a finger to the bloody cut on her scalp, the place her fingernails slashed in anguish. She looks at her fingertip in revulsion and sighs.
Look, maybe it's my fault that Akane Tsurumaki ended up down the well. Maybe it's not. The least I can do is make sure that the fucking corpse girl doesn't come to get you as well. You ain't my friend or nothing, but sluts gotta stick it out together, right?
Sluts gotta stick it out together.
Cool bitch on my conscience.
I feel like these are the most touching words Tomoe can string together. I'm somewhat flattered that she wants to protect me.
Tomoe, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I kinda do, you know? You comforted me a little when I came to you about the dead skank. Made me feel like I wasn't totally to blame, yeah? You might not be as much of a psycho as I thought. Might be a heart beating behind that flat chest.
Okay. Thanks.
Unexpectedly, the brash and brazen girl beams at me brightly.
I'm putting you under 24-hour surveillance. Corpse Girl's gonna have to crack my skull open before she goes sticking her fingers into yours.
Tomoe, really, that's not necessary.
I can't figure out a way to convey that I'm not actually in any danger, well, immediate danger at any rate. It's true that there is someone out there who wants me dead badly enough to have requested it through the website. But as far as the threat of Corpse Girl coming to get me goes, I'm perfectly safe. I resign myself to simply staring blankly at Tomoe, the girl I hold so much disdain for. I know I should choose my next words carefully. Tomoe is prone to violent outbursts at even the best of times. I am going to choose I'd feel better with you looking after me just so Tomoe isn't suspicious of me. I do want to tell her to fuck off, but I don't want to aggravate her. I'd feel better with you looking after me.
I'd feel better with you looking after me.
To help maintain Noriko's innocence? That's what I'm going with.
You're damn right. Ain't no one gonna protect you as good as me.
Tomoe reaches forward and ruffles my hair in a tomboyish manner. I grimace and bear it until she's satisfied and retracts her arm with a laugh.
What are we gonna do? I don't totally believe this corpse girl person really exists, but still. Something or other killed Akane Tsurumaki. Pretty sure it wasn't suicide, what with the photo and all. Since you got one of them photos too, I reckon someone's out to get you.
Yeah, about that.
How about we hunker down at my place after work? Gals night in, right? If someone tries to break down the door to get to you, I'll show them what's what.
She really is insistent. I almost can't believe this is the same girl that slapped me across the face twice last week. I feel like we could almost be friends at this rate, but what happens when she finds out I'm not actually in any danger? Will she think I used her? Betrayed her? What if she finds out that I'm Corpse Girl? That would probably be the trigger that provokes her into slashing my throat herself. Tired as I am and feeling weak of will, I simply nod.
Sure. Let's go to your place after work.
Yeah, that's what's up! We'll do a snack run, okay? Gotta have chocolate and cake on a night like this.
All
of a sudden, she freezes and stares intently into my eyes.
Shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to...
It's fine. Snacks sound good.
Hey, don't feel pressured to eat, okay? I got a big appetite, so nothing will go to waste.
She grins, looking proud of herself. My expression softens somewhat. Somehow, Tomoe is displaying the minimum amount of human decency, and yet, it's very touching. We've somehow broken down a wall between us and removed the animosity that has hung in the air since the day we met. Suddenly, she reaches out her hand, the photograph held gently between her fingers.
Here. Better you have it than me.
Looking down at the photo, it's pretty clear that it's me in the image. I suppose it would be best to delete this evidence. I shred the photo carefully, making sure to completely destroy any of my defining features in the image. With the photo completely ripped beyond recognition, I toss it in a nearby bin. Tomoe smiles at me and we enter the office building side by side. We will pick up the girls' hang in the next episode of Corpse Factory. If you have not already caught up on the previous episodes, the playlist is down in the description, but I would love to know your theories on who you think requested Noriko's death. But in the meantime, you can call me Phoebes or Phoebe, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!